if you can time it, that would be great, because I'd like to come in close to 3 minutes as possible. Okay, great. Okay, welcome to Speech Talk Live. At this point, we call this the 3-minute speech segment, where anybody who's participating gets to talk for 3 minutes on any topic they want to as a way of practicing, because I think in 3 minutes you could pretty much convey your idea just about on any topic. If you can't do it in 3 minutes, if you require more than 3 minutes, then you are essentially teaching or entertaining. But in 3 minutes, you should be able to do it. So I'll go first. And today, I'm going to talk about raising the stakes. And what I mean by this is, if you're watching this, in public speaking, you have to raise the stakes. So let's say you are fearful and you just don't want to give a speech in front of people. You can't go from being scared, which a lot of people are, scared of giving a public speech, to all of a sudden getting in front of a large audience and giving a speech. That's a big hop you're taking, okay? That's like going from 0 to almost like 100, which is not possible. So what I recommend is the following. You take incremental steps. So in the beginning, because what typically happens is that people don't do this, and then suddenly they get an opportunity to give a speech, and it's very nerve-wracking because they just don't know how to start. They don't know the methodology. They haven't even gone through the process, and it's just not doable. Okay, I know how hard this is. So what I recommend is you take incremental steps. So first thing could be just recording on an audio. Or you can record it on a video. Now the cameras are so prevalent, you can do it anywhere. And just get a feel for it. Just see what you look like, what you sound like. And if you do that, you're actually making improvement. And then you can keep raising the stakes. One of the things is to record a video and post it on YouTube. That's a step up. And get feedback from people. Because once you put it on YouTube, you are raising the stakes, because now you're making it available for much wider audience. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to happen right away, but eventually you want to do that incrementally. And then let's say after you get comfortable recording several videos, the next raising the stakes would be to start a YouTube program like what we do here called Speech Talk Live. And it's not going to go well all the time. You're not going to be perfect all the time, but that's part of growing. That's part of developing your skills. And you will become comfortable. Part of public speaking is having that confidence. And if you have done it a few times, then you will start feeling comfortable. So like Julie and I have gone through, this is our 38th episodes, and I'm pretty sure at this point, we don't really think hard about doing this show. It's almost becoming kind of automatic. We do have to prepare. That's required. That's required in anything. And the next phase after this is to go and give a lot of live speeches, or you could be doing it concurrently. So the point here is keep raising the stakes. Otherwise, when you do get an opportunity to speak in a high stakes situation, you will know that you have done it before, and it's not going to be a big thing. So that's my 3-minute speech for today. And at this point, I'll hand it off to Julie to see what kind of stake, if she's going to raise the stakes with her 3-minute speech. You're muted.
Thanks, Jay. Yeah, so I'm just taking a minute to say that was a great speech, and I think you're going into the next level of creativity. A lot of the things you're doing is shifting. I can feel that, so congratulations. So I'm going to talk about, here I go. So today I'm actually going to talk about something that inspired me to look at my speeches both proactively in terms of preparing for it, readying for it, doing it, and then reviewing it. So in the athletic terms, you have preparation, you say ready, get set, and go, and then I'm adding what happened. Of course, Jay figured out at this point I'm talking about his checklist. He shared with me A checklist on speeches was like 24, 25 items. And I looked at it and my mind went bang, 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 bang. That's too much. I can't handle it. So taking a deep breath, not shooting out an email right away. I looked at it and I talked with Jay. So I did two things with it, and I like to share my experiences with that. One is I know when I'm in the middle of being a creative, I cannot handle 25 items in my brain. I can handle about two or three. Okay. So then I challenge him and say, what are the three most important things on your checklist? And he said, what is the purpose of your speech? The second one was, who is your target audience? And the third one was, what results do you get? And I think those are really great for preparation phase. Okay, so the next one I'm calling it get set or ready to go. And I'm not sure what his choice would be, but mine would be get into the victory pose, energize your body and mind. And secondly, create a mindset of how you want to experience the speech and also how you want the results to be. And the third one is to go. Now, he have a list of basically tutoring on how to speak. So I took three for myself. Slow down, talk from the belly, not necessarily slow down, but more like pacing. So for example, I could talk very fast, but if I take a break as I did, you will have no problem processing my ideas. So pacing. The second thing for me is talk from the belly. Talking from the belly grounds me, and my speech becomes more resonant and not so shrill, which is my natural tendency. So talk from the belly. So instead of saying lower the octave, I talk from the belly. And the third one for me is because I think I'm an introvert. I do a lot of processing inside my brain, and I'll look up or left. So my third thing for me is eye contact. And finally, the last thing is to do a post-mortem, which is what happened. So on Jay's checklist, I found it very helpful, and I've come up with lists of my hack list for preparation, getting ready, doing the speech, and what happened. And with that, I want to say thank you very much. And I want to thank Jay because I think I also like to use it as a framework to create my executive summary, which is something else I'm working on. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Julie. That was really good. Yeah, I think what you sent me is, I think I didn't think of it. What you did really helped me understand it even better, because sometimes when you think of these things, and unless somebody uses it, you don't really know how well it is really working. And what you did was that the reason I did that was simply because when people come and ask you, I have a speech to give, and what do you give them first, right? So you just make them, the reason that has 25 is that I just want them to kind of go through it quickly, not like they have to, and then they can select which one they need. Like you said, the first top three is the one they need to focus on. And then as they get past that, they can focus on the next three. So it's sort of like, take a look quick. It's like reading a book, you just skim the book quickly, and then you start with the, table of contents or whatever, or just look at the introduction. And that's what that is. And I think I need to explain that better because it's not that clear. But I think it can help people a lot when they have a speech to give, because a lot of times it's just overwhelming. There's just so many things to think about that I like the way you wrote down each of the, like a highlight, like here's this idea. I think one thing I would also point out is write down like the top 4 or 5 questions that you want that you want to convey, like just as a part of the preparations. A lot of times people start writing speech and working on an outline, and that may not be the right way to do. A lot of times you just like write down the questions and just answer them, just like do a Q&A type of thing. And that could be one of the tip. I don't know if that belongs in the checklist or not, but that could be part of the Q&A. That to get started, ask the top 5 questions you want to answer, that you want to answer to the audience. That's how I would, because I did that recently with my daughter, and I think it helped her. But then I asked her, "Do you want to give it?" She has a speech this tomorrow, and I asked her, "Why don't you go over it with me?" And she said, "No, I'm too scared because you're going to criticize it." So there you go. I didn't know I was that scary to my own daughter, but I guess I am. All right, so I'm going to take. Thanks a lot, Julie. That was good. So we'll keep working on it, and I'd like to make that available to people, freely, and I'd like to tweak it further and use that as a way to give it out to people, because sometimes that's all you really need, and that's what I'm trying to do: simplify it. Okay, I'm going to take a brief pause, and we'll move to our first segment.